Here's today's recipe. You're welcome to stop the video and take a picture if you'd like. Hi, welcome to Baking Club with Marion. Today we've got pancakes plus there's a couple of more things I wanted to show you with the pancakes. And pancakes, we have them for breakfast, we have them for dinner. We have them when we're going to not have a lot going on because sometimes we're just in a big rush, which is too bad. But let me get straight to what we're doing. And again, this is low tech, so I don't have multiple cameras, just enough of a camera for me to lean down and see you guys. And then after that, when I'm standing up straight, you won't be able to see me. Okay, here's the deal. First of all, what I usually like to do is I like to have my pancakes with a fruit topping. So these happen to be strawberries. They have been frozen. I let them thaw, but usually I don't think that far in advance. So I often have frozen fruit that I throw into a pan, and there we go. So I got my frozen fruit, cold fruit in a pan.
No sugar.
And there's no sugar with it. Okay, so now I put this aside, out of my way, and lid on that, and on top of the stove. There we go. So that'll get nice and warm. Next, you think, oh, now it's pancake time. Oh, no. Oh, no, not pancake time yet. Next, I have coconut milk. It's been cold, either overnight in the fridge or out in my garage during the winter. And there we have it. So, watch this. Okay, just so you know, this is from Walmart. And I like this brand. There's hardly anything in it but coconut and guar gum, I think. Alright, so as you can see, when it's cold, it is not liquidy. Not very much. So I'm putting it in my bowl. And I'm scooping out as much of that as I can. It gets kind of liquidy, but it's still thick stuff. And I will use that liquid, that little bit of liquid that's coming up, to blend into my thicker coconut milk. Okay, so I'll drink that later when I'm not on camera. All right, I'm making a mess already. So, what do? I need my trusty washcloth or paper towels. Got them. Good. Excellent. Okay, so I've got my coconut cream off of there. I just kind of blend it very carefully so I'm not splashing things. There we go. So that the really thick stuff that came off the top is not so thick, right? Right. Okay, got it. Okay, on camera. Love this stuff. Okay. How about that? I got the right lid in one. Okay, I'm lidding it, but then I'm going to put it back in the fridge. Keep it nice and cold, maybe stiffen it up while I finish up the pancakes, right? Right. Okay. Now, I'm going to make some pancakes. I have everything but the bowl to blend it in. Oh, wrong. Okay. I usually blend it up in my blender thingy or food processor, whichever. I am going to do exactly what the recipe says. Now, according to this recipe, it makes about 8 medium pancakes. If your family loves pancakes, then maybe what you want to do is make a little more, but I'm going to do what the recipe says this time, just to not throw either one of us off, okay? So, first of all, I need 2 cups of, the recipe says oat flour. I use old-fashioned oats. That's all these are. And what I do is I do those first. 2 cups, it said. 2 cups. Okay. So what I do is I blend this first so that it makes it almost like a flour real quick. So, because oats I have, oat flour I don't have, but oats I have. Okay. Now, see that? It's almost like a flour, sure enough. Not as soft as a flour, but this works really well for our cinnamon wisp pancakes. 2 cups of that. I need 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. I happen to like chia seeds. I've got a really simple pudding chia seed. I'm going to have to do this baking club past this term, just so I can show you the very simple chia seed pudding. Okay, so it wants me to have what? 2 tablespoons. So I throw that in. 1, 2. Do you have to have chia seeds? No. If you don't have them, don't sweat it. Enjoy what you got. Okay, so there's the 2 tablespoons chia seed. I need 1 tablespoon baking powder. I have my baking powder. I have my spoons. Okay, I'm going to go right off the top. There's my 1 tablespoon of baking powder, not baking soda. I always have to tell myself that several times. Baking powder, baking powder. I want baking powder. And if I want baking soda, I always have to say baking soda, baking soda. Because there have been numerous times that I've been baking and I get the wrong baking whatever, soda or powder, and then I have to figure out how to change it up so that I have the right amount of whatever I'm supposed to have. There are substitutions for baking powder, baking soda. Anyway, you get the drift, so watch out. Baking powder on this one, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. This is a teaspoon. Here we have cinnamon. I love cinnamon. So, am I going to measure it? If you want to measure it, you go ahead and measure it. Me, I like cinnamon. So, I'm putting some in there. And I'll refill this later because I have lots more cinnamon. Okay, very good. So, cinnamon. And if you like something else in there, I don't know what you like. I mean, maybe you like nutmeg or 5 spice or pumpkin spice even. Anyway, so I put in cinnamon. I like cinnamon. Pinch of sea salt. It says pinch of sea salt. Use salt. I don't care if you use sea salt or not. I think this might be sea salt. I don't know. A pinch. Now, if you really want to, you can certainly pinch it and throw it in. Okay? Me, I'm too lazy to undo the top. There's a pinch. I'm done. Okay, very good. And you will notice that I'm cleaning up as I go along. Okay, so what am I up to? I need 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. So I got my 1, I got my half. I'm going to have 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to pour this in to my spoons, but I'm going to do it over my container be careful with the vanilla when you're pouring, okay, guys? I better do one at a time here. There is my one. There is my half. And guess what? If you guys weren't watching, I would have just poured it straight from the bottle and hoped that I got just a right amount of stuff, okay? Because I happen to like vanilla too. All right, I'm putting away, cleaning up as I go. What's next? So vanilla, I got it. Next is the milk. So before I get to that, I'm gonna blend up my dry stuff, or okay, I guess the vanilla is not dry stuff. If you happen to have dry vanilla extract, that's fine too, or dry vanilla bean, because I've got that too, and it's half. If you have dry vanilla, then it's half of what you use with the liquid vanilla. Okay, I got it kind of blended up there. All the dry ingredients are kind of mixed up, along with a tad bit of vanilla. Now, the recipe says 1 3/4 cups, and plus a 1/4 cup, which is 2 cups. What they want you to do is put in a little bit, or put in almost all of it, and then save the rest after it's sat for a few minutes, because chia seed absorbs liquid, and then if you need more liquid, you can. I've done this recipe many times, and I just go for the straight 2 cups, throw it in, blend it up, and that's usually about how thick I want it. Now here's the deal. The other thing that you can do, if you want, and this isn't on the recipe, is add a banana. It'll add a little bit of sweetness to the pancakes themselves. And like I said, I do have my strawberries. I got strawberries this time. Sometimes I have applesauce, pear sauce, frozen blueberries that I'll melt, on the stove to top my pancakes with. Okay, so get rid of that. Banana peel. So adding a banana will add some sweetener. If you want to add a little bit of sugar, if you want to add a little bit of sugar to your cinnamon whisk pancakes, or to your fruit, whatever you're heating up on the stove, then do that. Okay? All right, so back to this, blending it up with my 2 cups of milk. Now, just so that you know too, since I just added that banana, I might need to add a little bit of water, or if I have more milk, I'm afraid I'm out of milk, but if I have more, if I need my pancake batter to be a little more running, then I'll add water to it. Okay, there we go. Alright, and now we blend it nice and smooth. It looks like that 2 cups of milk worked perfectly fine, even with the banana. Yeah. That worked. I'm going to blend it just a little bit more, make sure everything on the bottom is all blended up. I never thought about it, but I guess I could have used my mixer to mix this all up, but that's how I do it. You can do it with your mixer if you want. Okay, so I am done with my recipe, so that needs to be out of my way. My recipe stand needs to be out of my way. My cup needs to be out of my way. My baking powder needs to be out of my way. This needs to go back over there. This goes here. Now, like I said, the recipe says let it stand. Well, I figure as I get ready to actually cook the pancakes, that's good enough. If I happen to have my pan ready, then I will just start. The chia seed can swell another day if they want. All right, there we go. Put the chia seed away. Am I done? Yes, because now I have a griddle. Do you have to have a griddle? No, you can use a pan. I got iron skillets too that I used to use. One day I decided I must have a griddle. So, that is getting nice and warm. I've got this. I'm going to stir it up just to make sure that I still have the thickness that I want or need to thin it a little. See, those chia seeds, they really absorb liquid. And so now I'm wondering, do I want to add more water? Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. Okay, I have my spatula handy. Lid in the sink. I'll deal with that later. You guys don't have to worry about watching me clean up, but clean up, people, clean up. I'll tell you what, as a mom and kids in the kitchen, if they didn't clean up, they didn't get to cook. My kids like to cook. Or they did. I don't know if they still do. They can cook. Figures I forgot to put this in away where it goes. I have a big tub of oatmeal. And I just leave that extra cup in here. All right. That's okay. I did not put my hand on that in case you can't tell from the screen, all right? I'm just hovering over it and it feels warm. Do not burn yourself. I happen to have olive oil cooking spray. I like to put it on there to begin with, just to make sure that things stay not stuck to it. Okay? And here we go, people. Here we go. Ooh. Ah. Okay, got that ready. Now, this, for me, this is extra batter, okay? And what I'm going to do is I will either put the extra batter in a container in my fridge and make some more pancakes later. I can do that. I guess I should say what I usually do is I'll use it all up because I'll forget about the batter in the refrigerator. So I make pancakes and finish up the batter, and then I have the pancakes handy for either one of us who wants a snack. And if you suddenly want a snack, you can grab a pancake and have that. All right, so I need this put away and that put away. I need water. I find I get thirsty when I'm cooking. Okay. Now I have a little bit of liquidy coconut milk at the bottom. I don't know whether to add that or not. I'm going to add it on. It's just a little bit so it won't make it too runny. I wish I had thought of that before I made 4 pancakes. You guys can think faster if you want. That's a nice consistency too. Alright, I got bubbles on top. When those bubbles start to pop, that's when I want to turn them. And when the edges are kind of cooked, you can kind of see, I don't know, I doubt you'll be able to see on the video, but the edges are getting done. So when you're watching your pancakes, when the edges are getting done, then that's when you flip it. I gotta check on my strawberries though. Whoa! Yeah. Okay, check on your fruit a little more often than I just did, okay? Probably be extremely helpful. I need 2 plates. Got them. Okay. You know what? I'm going to get... Okay. If there's more than one person eating and you're still trying to get all the pancakes, then you want to try to keep the pancakes warm. Let me flip these before I burn them. Ooh, ah. Just the right brownness. I have to admit that usually I get impatient or I walk away from what I'm doing and they get a little too brown, or they don't get brown enough if I'm being impatient, but that's all right. Okay, so there's 2 of us who are going to eat and not both of us are in here. So what I do to make sure that these stay warm is I keep them together. The longer you keep them together, the better they stay warm. If you've got a whole group of people that you are trying to get pancakes ready for, then put them in the oven. Slight heat. You know, just turn it on, let it get up to about 100 and something, and then turn it off again, and then you can keep your pancakes warm in that as well. Okay? I tell you what, it's morning right now, and I'm wanting to eat these now. Okay. All right, I'm going to bring over the strawberries. I have my butter. Yay. Okay. Now, be careful. Hot fruit is hot. See all that steam? Woo. Okay. So, lids are hot. Don't just put them next to anything that's plastic, because it'll melt the plastic. I'm just going to leave it on my stove to cool down a little bit. And I think these are marvelously done. Okay, so I'm going to butter these 2 right quick. Show you how my grandma and grandpa did it. I'll just pass on grandma and grandpa's legacy here of buttering those pancakes. Yeah, you can move it all around if you want, or you just let it melt in while you grab the other ones, set them on top. Okay. And like I said, you can spread the butter too. That's fine. That's fun to do. You can even melt the butter if you want, because then you can just pour it out. Okay, there we go. I think I got a little more on these than I did on the ones below. Oh well. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and start making some more, just because I want to get these done. Okay. Very satisfying sound, isn't it? Scoot that over though, because I want to show you how cool this is. Alright, there we go. Got my hot strawberries right there. I'm going to scoop it out with another smaller cup. There we go. Now, these strawberries, pretty liquidy. I'm good with it. Okay. So I spread them out. Yum. And because they're hot, they'll help keep those pancakes nice and warm too. And on a cold day, this is so nice. There have been times that it's like I need something warm and I haven't made any soap. Wine, wine, wine. I want warm. I want something warm. Okay, here is the coconut cream that we made up. And it's gotten just a little bit stiffer, or the juicier parts are good now, that had been a little more liquidy. And a dollop of that is going to melt all over the place. It is going to be so good. And there we go. Yes, I did that on camera again. Who is this person who keeps eating while they're cooking? Try not to eat while you're cooking if somebody else is eating with you. And you'll notice I pulled back my hair, washed my hands, I had my counter clean. I hope you remembered all of that. Oh, honey! All right. So breakfast is served. You guys enjoy, whether you have it for breakfast or lunch or dinner or just because it's nice and warm. Bye now.